Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and welcome to a look at something that I wanted to show to you guys, but it doesn't really take up enough to make an entire video out of, and that's going to be followed by some gameplay from my friend AC Fan Forever. Hi, Mommy. She's sleeping on the couch. She's a cutie and she worked hard today. Anyway, here we are in the Sergeant York, doing as you do in this American high-tier radar-guided SPAA, taking down an enemy PE-8, and one thing that doesn't show up in replays is the lead indicator. This is what I wanted to show you though. I tried taking my F-89s into 8.0 matches, and here we are in at least an 8.0 match. A lot of the Italian, what are they called, owls, still running around, and I have yet to break mine out, but I'm sure that'll be a lot of fun. It's an excellent grinder for the Italian tree, a very generous move on Gaijin's part to make that available as a premium gift vehicle for the event. In any event, you will soon notice the Star Wars effect happening as a couple of enemy radar-guided SPAA decide to target me. I am one of the few people left on my team at this point, as one of the enemy tanks had scored 11 kills in this match and the rest of his team was doing well as well. I'm going to get 3 ground kills with the F-89B, 2 owls, and one other thing. And at 8.0, 9.0, you still see a lot of vehicles with rather thin roof armor, the IS-4M not being one of those, although there is a section just above the cannon breech that provides some opportunities. Nice spalling of 20 mils directly penetrating the turret of that Object 120 to no effect, going straight into ammunition, and those are 100% armor-piercing incendiary tracer rounds, so go figure. A little bit bothered now by the way that ground targets disappear rapidly when you're not focusing on them, and that is, as I've talked about before, an optimization factor in the game. If they showed you everything on the ground, your computer would chug-a-lug like crazy while you're in the sky, but at the same time I feel like they need to draw those tanks for us a little more often, because I lose track of the Object 120 and then I don't pick him up again before I start getting targeted once more by those ground-based SPAA and thus my maneuverings. So we could have even had 4 kills in this match if I'd been able to get another pass on the Object 120, but ammunition is limited, as is my time alive, as we take down an oval with a quick pass and critically damage a second one as well. That is some nice return on investment, and yet we haven't been quite wiggy-jiggy enough with our maneuvers here. Lucky to have gotten that single attack run on the owls, but I was getting a feel for the enemy SPAA. We did take a hit to the tail, but nothing critical. The F-89B rather tanky, and we're just playing with where these enemy guns are going to start shooting at us. A good radar-guided SPAA stuck in the middle of the map is a true nuisance as we take down another nuisance. And yet, these 2 enemy guns that have been shooting at us are plunked squarely right next to their spawn, and that's the point I'd like to make. You can deal with radar-guided SPAA in almost any kind of aircraft if you stay mobile and are aware of where they're firing from. the right way to take people down in an SPAA is to put yourself as close to the middle of the action as you can, so that enemy aircraft have to get close to you to accomplish their objectives, and then open fire only when you have a clean shot and a good lead on them, preferably when they're going in for a dive or at the top of a loop where their maneuverability is low, as this BMP-2 is about to pull on me. He didn't need a radar guide to take me down, but I still had a wing left and enough ammo to finish him off. So, now we get to my friend AC and armchair fan for life. That would be a pretty cool invention, you know, just clip it onto the side of your lazy boy, maybe have it USB powered so it can run off of your laptop. In any event, Alchemist Cat fan for life here is going to do quite well in the IS-1. This is a darling tank to him, and it's not hard to see why. Sitting at a 5.3 battle rating for a long time, this heavy tank is in almost every way superior to the Tiger that shows up in the German tech tree, which still has a variant at 5.7, in fact 2 if you count the premium, and lags behind the Soviet beast, again, in almost every way, with fantastic mobility and excellent gun for its battle rating, decent gun handling with the typical Soviet issue of not being able to get depressed. Oh, we're in a 6-7 match. Well, then this is even more impressive. Absurd channel fan, I really appreciate what you do on the Discord and also your accomplishment in this match. In a 6-7 driving a 5.3 battle rating heavy tank. That takes some guts. But speaking of guts, the IS-1 has a grunty engine that's very good at low range acceleration, which comes in quite handy. It pairs nicely with its angled armor, fairly thick, in fact, straight line thicker than that Tiger he just punched straight through. And I dare say the Soviet 85 is a strong competitor to the German shorter 88 that you find on the Tiger. I'd say the Panther is the best with its high velocity 75 out of the three that I've mentioned, and it would be incredible to see the Panther's gun on a Tiger. Was there some kind of prototype that had that? That would be really cool. Anyway, the action heating up, and altered colors fan now picking his targets carefully, and enemies still pushing through, passing on by. That one, though, must have stopped behind the house, but no time. We have a spaghetti boy to pen with extreme prejudice, and is that the engine deck of the Panther? Let's put a potato into that too, but no time to think. A lucky bounce as an enemy Tiger closes. Now in the standoff, armchair fan luckily able to, well, the enemy Tiger just whiffed his shot into the dirt. AC getting his exactly where it needed to be, putting one into the turret of a Tiger 2H. 6-7 heavy tank taken down by a Soviet 5-3. Russian bias, comrade. Interestingly enough, that round detonated the ammunition in the hull of the tank, even though it splashed behind the crew, right in front of the ammo stowage in the bustle. One wonders, what does it take to detonate the ammo in the Tiger 2H's turret? I've found it's rather difficult. In any event, that is the beginning of AC's troubles for this match, and it's going to be a lot more challenging for him from this point on. His team has been pushed back a bit, but they're holding the line. In fact, I dare say they're starting to put quite a lot of pressure on the Germans. So although AC is not going to do an incredible amount of heroics in the rest of this match, we can all relax and watch some good old-fashioned War Thunder. Remember guys, mid-tier is fun tier. Low tier is fun, but the rewards aren't great. The Silver Lion earnings are fantastic in mid-tier, where they really start to cap out, and the repair cost of vehicles, for the most part, is quite low. Add to that the fact that it's a little bit more laid back. You don't have to do all of that meta and situational awareness that you saw in the high tier video section earlier, and you get to do crazy stuff like dive on people in a, what is this, a yak? He sets fire to the rain, no, to a German P-47, which one day will become the Razorback P-47. So the model on that aircraft is going to change at some point when they introduce the earlier model P-47s into the game. There was a dev blog that talked about how that change is coming in a future update, a P-47 update to the game. That's right, Gaijin hasn't forgotten about World War II. They're just harvesting all that sweet, delicious, sweaty cash from you soy boys that just want nothing more than your your French Panther girls and your top tier futuristic tanks. In any event, the waters are fine here in mid-tier as AC manages to harvest a good amount of activity, picking up a couple of assists and even, I think at some point, a kill here in this beautiful Soviet single-engine fighter. One of the great things about the Soviet fighters, as he gets some decent hits into the Ostwind, but not what he needed. A risky move to go around for a second attack on that very powerful, well-armored German SPAA. What a man's gotta do. What a man's gotta do. Gets finished off for another assist, so AC racking up quite the score here, in addition to his impressive number of kills that he harvested earlier in the match. The game is about to end here as he sits in the T-34-85. He's not going to get anything else done, but the damage has been dealt to the enemy team as they get pushed all the way back into their spawn and soon run out of vehicles with which to perpetuate the struggle. If only real war could be so fun. AC, I hope you had a great time with this one. In fact, I know you did. Thanks for sharing this one with me, and for all of you watching this, you can definitely feel free to send in your replays. You'll notice I've been featuring a lot of replays lately, and I really enjoy doing that. I also want to get into doing some interviews, maybe sometime in a week or two when life starts to slow down a little bit more, if it does that. Life has been pretty crazy lately, especially with potty training my toddler. I'm starting to feel like I'm losing that battle. In any event, feel free to send in those replays. There's a link to my Discord in the description below this vehicle. Hit that show more, grab that Discord link, and there's a channel to submit your replays there. Otherwise, you can always direct message me. It's really easy to do on Discord, and I can drop you an email if you need to put your replay somewhere else. Anyway guys, catch you in the next video. Bye bye.